This is the Social Security office. As you can see, it's 8131 first floor Social Security office, the administration office here at Grand Ridge. And the judge, the prosecutor, and also administration office was yesterday in the courtroom. This morning, I walked all the way from 210 West Broadway, Ritzville, Washington, 99169, P.O. Box 187. Dixon, and also the Secretary of Staff, Assessor, Treasurer's Office, and also the contract on the $75 that I gave to the Department of License. And they have a contract, and that's my CDL A and B, and also chauffeur's license that I attached to Fabian Barela Alonzo, which is 8131. He worked at Easter Day. He worked at Charlie Cox. He worked at Balcamo, worked at Baker's. He worked his Clover Island, and which is Clover Island, and that's the Clover Island Captain's Nest, Captain's Quarters, and that's a yacht club, and also a propane natural cascading lamp lighter, which is burnt down and renovated with cedar, brand new cedar, which is very expensive. And this is 8131 Grand Ridge Social Security office. First name, last name, and I have no warrants outstanding. Warrants have officer attacking me at 600 610 First Street in Othello, Washington at Olson Properties. Across the street is Vasquez. This is the 8131, and Mrs. Vasquez and Mrs. Vasquez, Department of Licensing in Moses Lake and Ephrata, which is Jennifer Garth Dano, prosecutor of Moses Lake, and also the prosecutor of Othello is Mr. Ludwig Kenneth. And anyways, he has a prosecuting bar number. I got that, and I'm going to put the documentation in the seal and give it to the Social Security office and give it to the prosecutor's office here at 712 West Okanagan Place, which we on YouTube, Facebook. Administration offices as a Office of Disability Injunction Review, Barry Wynn Design Group, Hagefood Law PLC, National Maintenance Contracts, Elite Corporate, and Massage. I was hit by a Trailblazer, white Trailblazer, in a four-door by Stephanie Swangbird, Maine, Jordan, and Ephrata, Washington. She has Country Financial Insurance, and it covers a $10,000 coverage, PIP, and I used none of it. And I have no, and their address has not changed. 7112 West Okanagan Place, Kennewick, Washington. Andy Miller at CO, Benton, Washington. US 509-735-3591, 509-736-3066. Any change to address inquiries has never changed. It's permanent. UBI number 602720, and that UBI number is effective. And that's Kim Wayman, Secretary of State, which is upstairs in the Ephrata Courthouse, doing organizing, scheduling, and also Mrs. Melissa McKnight, Assessor of the Assessor Office of the Courthouse of Ephrata Courthouse, and Washington Street, number 42 on C Street, is George Washington and Martha Washington. That's Lola Hernandez, Lola and Roberta Barela, and that's Social Security office, and that's Fabian Alonzo Barela, and also Cruz Hernandez, and Samuel and Daniel Hernandez, and also the work status from Charlie Cox, and also Charlie Cox, which is Balcamo, Bakers, and also the Ramada Inn, which is Quality Inn, Ramada Inn, Clover Island, and the Yacht Club. The Yacht Club is in straight there in Kennewick Avenue, with Labor Ready, which no more exists. Lamplighter, and also Bench Finnegan, and also ABM Janitor Services, which is Secretary of State. That was Dick Cheney, Liz Cheney, and also the Assessor of Wyoming, Cheyenne, and Cheney and Gillette, and Casper, Wyoming, where they have deliberations for these homeless shelters, and these homeless shelters are starting but nothing but problems and crime waves and possibility. These police officers are convicts, homeless police officers attacking me, and I got the documentation that I'm giving to the Social Security office. And they're making stuff up. They threatened the federal judge and federal courthouse, and the federal judge was threatened by police officers. The first one, Taylor, Sheriff, and Keene is Stephen Keene. And they're lying pieces of shit because they drive up and do nothing. And no warrants are outside. Warrants for arrest, and they made things up. I got the document where they wrote, so they can copy and look at the writing and first name, last name, signature. Police officer, same police officer, tased me and saved me and threatened me. And this is at the Olson Properties at 610 600 First Street in Othello, Washington. That's 1005 East Hamlet, and that's Sean R. Logan. And that's 500 East Main Street, Sean R. Logan, and the administration, Mr. Gillette Silva, and also the Chief of Police Department, signing on the documentation, the secretary on the banquet, party hall, restaurant, bar, motel, on the bar, on the cannabis and liquor license permits and authorizations for anything unusual, and also no cooking inside the party hall. It would be a violation and a ticket. And there's no fire ordinances inside the party hall. There's no drugs activities outside the party hall. No open containers, closed, anything in those for liquor license and for liquor permit for anyone who is 21 is supposed to be inside with any contents of alcohol. No open container, closed containers outside. This is 81131, and we got documentation and submit all the information straight from the fax. It's 519-736-3066. Office Max is here right next to the administration office, which is Andy Miller's office, and it's 8131. Secretary of State is involved with the UBI number 602720, which is on my dog tags, and my jewelry is missing, and I have items missing, and my bag and contents missing. And that's 210 West Broadway, Richville, Washington 99169. Treasurer office, audit office, etc., and also getting tabs for the vehicle so I can take my license, department license. I got my license department, and then Mrs. Miller has all the inquiries on, and Joan, and that's Todd Levette and Amber have the driver's license number in my jewelry, so we can have it updated and go for a renewal, which is only a renewal for the chauffeur's driver's license, and the chauffeur's license is still A and B.